We're just waiting for a few more people to join, so just hold on a few more minutes. Well, more like a few more seconds. It's almost 7. Just waiting for a few more people to join, and then we can get the show on the road. All right, well, it's 7, so let's get this started. All right, hello and welcome to the Planet Protectors live stream. Tonight, we talk about how to be more environmentally friendly at home. Before we do that, here is our weekly eco riddle. Here it is. What can fill a room but not take up any space at all? The answer will be revealed at the end of the show, and I will ask you when you can submit your answer. All right, so tonight is a really special episode. Tonight we go through 4 different DIY projects or do-it-yourself projects. And 1 animal of the week and 1 did you know. Buckle up because it will be a very wild ride. All right. So our first project is pretty interesting. How to make your very own dryer sheets. So these sheets are what you put in the dryer. So it's like literally the simplest thing ever. All you need is a jar, vinegar, and some cloth or an old t-shirt. So this is not filled with vinegar, this is filled with water. But do not fill yours with water. We didn't have any vinegar, so we have to use water, but for yours, do use vinegar. And also be careful about what container you're putting the vinegar in because it's very acidic and it's staying in the container for a while. So a glass jar is perfect for that. So what you do is you're gonna fill a container with vinegar. And what you're gonna do is take your fabric and put it in your container, like so. And then make sure you seal it up because next you have to shake it well. So the cloth gets fully saturated with the vinegar, or in our case right now, water. All right. Okay, so this looks pretty saturated. So that's all the prep is. So step 3, when you take a square out, remember not to wring it out. So just keep it, throw it in the dryer, and and put it in the dryer with your clothes. Step 4, after you're done, put these squares back in the container. And remember to put more vinegar in when it starts getting low and just refill it. And then, boom, you're done. That is our first DIY project, which is one of the easiest things to do. All right. Okay, now on to our next project. We actually had an episode about this last season in season 1 of the live stream. We did something on food waste and how to regrow food from scraps. Well, that is one of my favorite projects to do. And today we will be doing it with our green onion. So all you do, take a cup, put some water in it, put the green onion in it, and it will actually grow. Okay, here. I think you're ready to see this. So this green onion was in water for, I don't know, maybe 5 days to a week. And it was down to here. And look at how much it grew all of this with just the water. It's crazy. It grew so much. It was down to here and it grew this much with the water. So that is a very big success story. And that's something that you really should try at home because it will save you money. It will save you from throwing something else in the compost bin, and it helps the planet too. So I think that is a pretty cool experiment. All right, so this is going to be my table right now. On to our third DIY project, how to make your very own napkins. So this one is really easy actually. So what you do is you take part of an old t-shirt or something, or your old cloth, and then you can throw it in the washing machine and maybe your dryer with your dryer sheets, and it works awesome. So you just throw it in the washing machine and it's a t-shirt, so it works well. So what I do is you put like that, reusable, and actually it does save the planet because you're not throwing away all of the disposable napkins. And then you can just tie it up, and you can make your napkin however big you want it to be, and just whatever you want it to look like, whatever fabric you want, do it however you want to do it. Now, on to our last DIY project, which is, this one is, I think, the most fun one. We will be making our very own face masks. So remember, these face masks are not, they're not really for, they're non-medical masks. That's what I'm trying to say. They're non-medical masks. So I'm going to teach you how to make a no-sew mask. So there are I'll show you two different ways. So the first way, just giving an example of what it looks like. So it stays on. This again, old t-shirt, cloth, and you just use elastics. So I'm going to show you how to make it. So you take your old cloth, like this, like this, like this. Oh my gosh. Okay, take your old cloth like that. Then what you do, and make sure it fits your face, make sure it's bigger than your face. So then you take the elastic, put it around like that. You do that to both sides. So I'm going to take my other elastic, do it like that. So it will look like that. Then what you do is you fold this side over. So it will be like that and like that. So you just fold it over. So it looks like that. And then what you do is you're done. You put it on your face. So it's like that. Make sure it covers your nose and your chin. And just make it all comfy for you. And then boom, it's done. So it's really easy. Fabric, t-shirt, very easy. And now here is the other type of face mask that you can do. So it's this type of face mask. So you just put it on like that. And of course you can cut it however you want so it looks all nice. And I'm going to show you how to make that. So you get a piece of fabric that is way bigger than your face. You get your scissors, and you make kind of holes where your ears are. So I've already done that, but you just have to make it so you can cut and that your ear can fit through. And it depends on how big your ear is. So I would size it first. Maybe use a pen to mark out where you're doing it. And then when you're done this, which I will be in 2 seconds, you will have holes like that. And then you put it around like that. And then, of course, like you can cut that to make it look nicer. This is only one layer of cloth, so you might want to double up on it. But yeah, like really easy DIY projects and really useful. Like, it can save you a lot of money. But just remember, these are non-medical masks, so there's still a chance that you could catch the disease. All right, well, I think that is, that is it for mask making. Well, that is it for DIY projects. Now we are going on to it's not new. Now we are going on to our next segment, Did You Know? Tonight's Did You Know is really, really eye-opening. Did you know that 14 billion pounds or 6 billion kilograms of garbage is dumped in the ocean every year? Oh, and get this, most of it is plastic. In episode 1, we talked about plastic recycling and found out that only 9% of plastic is recycled globally. So we now know where where a portion of the rest of that plastic goes. If we continue at this rate, there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish by 2050. That's 30 years away. 30 years. That's, when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, that's not that far away. Researchers also found that the value of 95% of plastic packaging is worth between $80 and $120 billion annually. That's every year. $80 to $120 billion. And most of that packaging is just thrown in the ocean, thrown away, thrown in the garbage, not recycled properly. And all of that is lost in the ocean or lost at sea. So, that was a depressing subject. Now let's talk about this week's Animal of the Week. Okay. This week's Animal of the Week is furry, very endangered, and a good number of people suggested it when I asked for people to suggest some. This week's Animal of the Week is none other than the black and white iconic Chinese animal, the giant panda! Woo! Let's travel into the bamboo forests of China and take a good look at these creatures. Pandas pretty much only eat bamboo. Each day they have to eat 12 to 18 kilograms or 26 to 84 pounds of bamboo. That's like eating the weight of a baby elephant every week. By the way, if you don't know how much a baby elephant weighs, they weigh around 500 pounds. But unfortunately, giant pandas' numbers are decreasing. In the 1980s, there were only 1,114 pandas in China, and now there are roughly 1,867 left in the wild. Their threats include human growth and occasionally poaching. So, how can you help? Well, you can donate to organizations that help these pandas, like WWF or World Wildlife Foundation. And you can also use less paper to help them in your everyday life. Change is possible. So let's do it. Well, that was a very fun episode. From making your own dryer sheets to pandas, from making your own masks and growing your own food from scraps to the devastating news of ocean plastic. And that, my friends, concluded this episode of the Planner Protectors live stream. But before we end, let's get back to the riddle. Here we go. What can fill a room but not take up any space at all? Please type in the answer now. So you can comment with your answer now with the riddle. Light, good answer. Air. Any more answers? All right, well, it looks like those are the only answers. So technically, we thought air too. All right, so the answer is, drumroll please, emotion. Okay, the answer is, drumroll please, air. Air is the answer. Doesn't really take up any space. That's it for me, and have a great rest of your evening, and remember to stay eco. Thanks for tuning in tonight.